Hello everyone, it's Rail 96 here, and welcome to a video that I know a lot of people have wanted me to do, which was to cover the announcement of Train Sim World 3. And I'm going to put it to you very honestly that when it was first announced and I looked at the details and in particular the price, I was so glum, so sad that I literally didn't want to make this video. That's how bad I felt about this game. So a week has nearly passed since the announcement was made, and I felt, well, I need to get it off my chest. I've just got to say what I need to say and get it out there. So Train Sim World 3. The next iteration of the series. What is included with it? So, the routes. Let's go into that first and foremost. For Germany, we have the Schnellfahrstrecke Kassel to Würzburg, the longest route ever produced for Train Sim World, a 116-mile or 186-kilometer high-speed route through the middle of Germany through Kassel to Würzburg. The rolling stock we get with it, one which is completely brand new and sadly the only new train in Train Sim World 3 is the DBBR 401 ICE1, which I think will please a lot of people. I'm personally not a huge fan of the 401, but I like what it brings to the table. It's a nice new toy to play with. Also included for this new German route is, well, ones we've already experienced, the DBBR 403 ICE3 for freight traffic, the DBBR 185.2, and for passenger or AI passenger services is the DBBR 146.2 and the DBBR 442 Talent 2. And also you get one new type of wagon, some familiar wagons, and for the 146.2 AI you've got the doppelstock coaches and the cab car. The next one is from the United States of America, and that is Cayenne Pass. I think I said that correctly. If I didn't, then I do apologize. One of the original train simulator routes. So it's quite nice that it kind of completes the circle that it's coming to Train Sim World 3 in Train Sim World 2, or Train Sim World, I should say, Polish. The Cayenne Pass goes from Barstow to San Bernardino in California. It's 85 miles or 136 kilometers from Barstow to San Bernardino in California. The traction we get with that is the ES44C4, which is a variant of the ES44 which we've had before. And we also have another familiar face, the SD40-2. And in terms of freight rolling stock, we get the usual auto racks, tank cars, box cars. We get, I think, two new bits of rolling stock, freight rolling stock, the Maxi Stack 4 and the Bulkhead Flat Car rolling stock. If I'm wrong, then please feel free to correct me on that. I think the best thing is not just the route itself, Cayenne Pass in California. It looks to be, I've seen real-world photography of it, it looks like a real challenge, quite steep gradients and quite some nice scenery too. Whether that's going to be the case in Train Sim World 3, I'm not sure. But I think the biggest thing of all is having the addition of the big freight brand of BNSF. Lots of people have wanted to see that in the game, and now it's finally in Train Sim World 3, which is fantastic for US freight fans or BNSF fans as well. Let's move on to the United Kingdom, which we have a familiar route. It is the Southeastern High Speed, which goes from London St Pancras to Faversham as before, but now we also have a extension which will include I think Ashford International Station fully modelled out, and also including the ability to go to Dartford. So now the route is, I think it was, what was it, 40, 50 miles. It's now up to 89. So it's Train Sim World's literally first ever extension. You could kind of question whether that is legitimately the case, because Rhino Austin and Rusignol is kind of like an extension, as would be East Coastway with the Brighton Mainline edition as well. Either way, the rolling stock we get with this is all familiar. So we get the BR Class 395, the BR Class 375-9, the BR Class 465-9, which is now included with the route package as standard, as is the BR Class 66 diesel locomotive for freight duties, and actually comes with one new wagon, the MFA wagon, as well as the standard J and A wagons. So overall, in terms of the routes, which ones do I like the look of the most? Or like the sound of the most, I should say, on paper. On paper, definitely Germany and takes a spotlight for me. I think the high-speed route will be great fun for a lot of people. I mean, lots of people have dreamed of doing 2-hour plus services in Train Sim World, and that dream is going to come true. I imagine the freight traffic and other bits and bobs, additional services from other previous German routes will come into play, and that will make the experience very, very good. KM Pass as well, big fan of that, like I said earlier. Southeastern High Speed, I like the route extension. Don't get me wrong, Southeastern High Speed is actually my favourite modern UK route in the entire Train Sim World franchise. It's just that I thought for the next iteration of Train Sim World, they would bring something completely new to the table, rather than just bring familiar surroundings. Or it's like, think of it like bringing a familiar puzzle, but now it's got, I don't know, new pieces or something, or it's bigger, like say, I don't know, a 500 puzzle of, I don't know, a picture of a flower. You get that same puzzle, but it's bigger, there's more pieces. So that's what I think of Southeastern High Speed, which is a bit disappointing, but as it's my favourite modern United Kingdom route, kind of 50-50 for me. So now let's get on to the new features that Train Sim World 2 will have. So we have dynamic weather finally coming to the game, which will change conditions as you drive. Big plus point for me there. Very pleased that that's coming to the game. I hope you can also have the ability to just play around with the weather how we would like it to be. So if I want to do, say, a 2-hour or near 2-hour timetable in KM Pass in California, I want to have just the sun and the sky, moving clouds, rather than just saying, oh, suddenly we're going to get a big downpour. I don't want that. I'd like that, but I also want to have that ability as well, as to have the weather meticulously to my liking, rather than just constantly changing as you drive. New visual effects for snow, which is very good. They've completely redone snow. So the way the snow comes down looks different. When the locomotive is, or when the train is going through, say, a big patch of snow, it will clear the tracks, and you get bits of snow alongside it. I'm not sure the correct description of that would be, or how to describe it, but you get snow, nice little snow effects brushing alongside of the train as you go through the snow, so that's quite nice. You get thunder and lightning, which is big plus point for me. I've always wanted to have thunder and lightning in Train Sim World. Hopefully the sounds will not be the repetitive, like 4 sounds of thunder. Hopefully we get a lot of variation in the sounds of thunder and lightning. Volumetric clouds. This is, for me, the biggest plus point of the new features for Train Sim World. I think the new clouds system looks wonderful. It looks, at times, close to real life. So big plus point for me there. Very, very pleased they have implemented that feature. Rain. They've kind of touched up on rain, but not as you would think. Yes, they've made these wonderful puddles on the surfaces which reflect the location or the weather conditions. That looks absolutely phenomenal. as is the little droplets that's pitter-pattering on the ground. That's a nice little touch. But the rain is still the same. Bit disappointed in that. I thought they would change that, but hey ho. Another thing as well that is kind of concerning is I think that they have introduced a new lighting system. They scrapped the old one completely and started from scratch, and it certainly looks better than what it is. I don't think it is as big a step as I think Dovetail claim it to be. That's just my view. But I think the funniest thing of all of this lighting system is none of the screenshots they have published so far, not a single one of them is at nighttime. And nighttime is the worst lighting of all of the time of the 24-hour lighting system in Train Sim World. So the fact they're not even showcasing that is a big worry for me, because that either shows to me that they're hard at work trying to hopefully implement that, or they haven't touched it at all. I sadly predict that I think they've hardly touched it at all. Passengers have given a kind of a new lick of paint. The graphics of the passengers have improved, as will the clothing. They will change their clothes to suit the weather conditions. So, for example, in the rain, when it rains, they're not going to get drenched. They now have umbrellas, which is a nice touch. But for me, passengers is still lacking in lots of areas. Like, for example, we need more variation in the types of passengers. Like, why not have disabled passengers, like wheelchairs or walking sticks or crutches? Why not have children, families, and things that the passengers do, like not just on the platform but on the train itself? Like, why not, have a phone, scrolling through their phone, or have AirPods in, listening to music, or when they're sitting on a bench or sitting on the train, they can read a book, read a magazine, if when they're on the train, for example, they can have their laptop out, doing work. Those kind of things I want to see, and they haven't done that. So again, I'm disappointed, very disappointed in fact. The training centre is an interesting one. Let's turn our attention to that. It's basically where you can take your trains for a test drive and learn more about the locomotive operation and safety systems. So it's essentially a complete rework of the tutorial system. What's my thoughts on the training centre? I like the location, I must say. I mean, it looks quite good, actually. The fact that I think it's modelled kind of on a real-world training location in Germany is a nice touch. And the fact that we will be able to learn about safety systems, which in some tutorials has been missing. In fact, nearly all of the tutorials have missed introductions on safety systems or PZB or LZB and all this kind of thing. Understanding it, particularly for new players, has been always a challenge. Hopefully that will rectify it. Fingers crossed, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, training centre is a nice touch, so that is a thumbs up from me there. In terms of another new thing which I forgot to touch on, which is focusing on the lighting system, includes failed rail sparks and flashes from the catenary. That's a nice little touch, so that's another plus point from me there. The journey mode apparently has been improved to give players a more meaningful experience. What on earth that means, I have no idea. I haven't seen anything of this so-called improved or more meaningful experience of this journey mode, so I cannot judge that. What I can judge, though, is a more intuitive user interface. So they've scrapped the user interface from Train Sim World 2 and have completely redone it, almost mimicking a EA FIFA kind of user interface, which I quite like. So that's another good thing as well. But other features for me are still lacking, hugely lacking. The scenario planner, for example, you can now create custom services, mix and match locos and routes with off the rails mode. For me, that is still not enough. Why couldn't we have shunting? Why couldn't we utilize the weather systems and literally create that experience? from scenarios that we've experienced from actual Dovetail DLCs, and bring that aspect to the scenario planner, but it's not to be the case, so that's disappointing. The livery editor, paint your locos, the new so-called features of it, or improvements of the livery editor, is where you can paint your locomotives with a wide range of shapes and decals. Absolute rubbish. We've had loads of new shapes and decals coming in as part of the Mastery collection, so that for me is a huge letdown. Absolute garbage. I don't even play the livery editor anyway, but to me, nowhere near a step forward. It's not even a step forward even, so that is hugely disappointing. Creators Club, you can upload and share your creations across all platforms. That's good, but again, things are lacking from the Creators Club. Why not have, we've got these little tag things, I think you can see on people's creations in the Creators Club, it's scenarios and liveries, but you have to type in just random words and hopefully you get the right result. Why not use the have better search up features like type of genre, country, or the train, the locomotive, or a type of thing you want to do, be it fictional or in real life, or use the tags itself as a searching thing. But no, they don't. So a small step, but not a big step. The Dovetail Live has been changed, I think. It now has mastery challenges, a driver logbook, which I think you can access on the website. It's now going to be available on the game, which is good, as will Railfan Shots and Awards. To me, in particular, the Railfan Shots is a humongous disappointment. They have not done anything to the Railfan Shots, and I think that is severely lacking new features, let alone improvements. So extremely, extremely gutted that did not get any new... didn't get any attention really, so that's a shame. And apparently other new features, the last thing that apparently counts as a other feature is detailed physics simulation. You could have gone more in depth into what that means, but detailed physics simulation, I'm sorry, I'm not accepting that. That doesn't seem to me a new feature. That just seems the same gobbledygook as you'd say on every DLC that you produce. But there we are. So, let's get on to, I think, for me, which is the biggest gut breaker for me by a country mile, is the business side of things. And I know people will lambast me in the comments for criticising Dovetail. I know they will. It's a matter of fact. Anything I say, it's like if you criticise the game company about anything, you will get stack loads of people throwing rubbish at your face saying, oh, wow, be grateful that you had Trade Sim World. Oh, stop complaining, accept it. No, I'm not. I'm not trying to get in bed with Dovetail here and get the game for free. I'm going to speak my honest thoughts here. And that's what I'm going to do. So when will Trade Sim World 3 launch? It will launch on September the 6th, 2022 on all platforms. However, sad to say, they've introduced the worst gaming concept of all of human history. Pre-order. You can pre-order it and get 4 days early access. Woo, woo, woo. What do you get? 96 hours. You can play the game 96 hours ahead of everyone else. You get Spirit of Steam with its included changes. This pre-order thing. You now also, with the pre-order thing, you don't get Spirit of Steam as well, and 96 hours of early access, which I think is just a load of garbage, because when I think of early access, I think basically you're paying Dovetail an extra, nearly $10 or £10 more just to essentially be Dovetail Games guinea pig testers. That's how I see it personally. Anyway, and all the funniest thing of all, and is actually rather stupid, is you get a weather decal pack. Seriously, come on now. You're having a laugh, aren't you? Surely. I don't know. And now let's get on to, I'm struggling to think here right now. Let's get on to the price, which is the worst thing of all for me. Shall I tell you why? Because when I looked at the prices, first of all, I thought, wow, it's nearly twice as much as Train Sim World 2. The Digital Deluxe Edition itself, you could buy Train Sim World 2 twice over. And I thought at that point, well, maybe they put the price up because maybe they've moved to the Unreal Engine 5. You know, that means everything will take a quantum leap. Graphics, physics, maybe sounds. And that will literally introduce a completely new experience, a clean sweep, a clean new slate. This will be a new experience and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. If it was that, I would have maybe brought the standard edition at least, but it's not. It's the same game engine as Train Sim World 2, and that for me kills it for me. I'll tell you why. Because we could have had easily everything I've said that's new, the roots, the new features, the new improvements, everything. We could have had that on Train Sim World 2 for free. We probably could. The roots excluding. We probably have to pay for the roots. That I can understand. But the features and the improvements itself, the new user interface, everything, the training center, we could have had all of that for free in Train Sim World 2. There's no discussion to be made there. It's a fact. You could have had everything that's being included in Train Sim World 3 for Train Sim World 2 for free. And they've increased the price from Train Sim World 2. If this was Train Sim World 2's standard price of 24, was it £99? I don't know what it is in dollars and euros, I do apologise. I could have accepted that, and I would have bought it. Even though, it's funny, you can compare Train Sim World 2 and Train Sim World 3, the standard editions, and you see how many new features that Train Sim World 2 had, like literally brand new features compared to Train Sim World 3. And Train Sim World 2 is nearly twice less expensive. And I strongly believe, and it's pretty clear, that I think it's a more better package than what Dovetail are offering here with Train Sim World 3, sorry. And why they chose to put this in a new Train Sim World, game with a new number? Money. It just kills me. There's pre-order stuff and the fact that all of this could have been in Train Sim World 2 because it's on the same game engine. It's going to be available for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, which I honestly thought when I looked at Train Sim World 3 first time, I thought, well, that's it then, isn't it? When I saw that ridiculous, what was it? I think it was a 24-hour live stream of basically what is now the training centre, going round and round and round and round in circles with different sounds and little visuals going by and all this stuff. I thought, wow, it could be literally, the next generation of Train Sim World, the new Unreal 5 engine, which will see everything improve, and maybe we'll sadly have to ditch the old gen consoles in the process, but it's not. It's on the same thing, which may be good, of course, for the for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I'm not taking anything away from that, but you see my point of view. I just would have thought that it would have been the next big step, the big leap forward, but it's not. And yet they put the price up nearly twice as much as Train Sim World 2 was. And especially of all the times as well, when I imagine a big chunk of the community is struggling financially just to keep a roof over their head, me included, it's just, I just can't get past that. I just can't get past it. The roots, I'm okay with that. And some of the new improvements, like particularly the new clouds and the dynamic weather, I like that. But I just cannot get past the fact that this could have easily been in Train Sim World 2 for free. but it isn't. It's in a new package that's nearly twice as expensive. And that just makes me feel sad. So my overall view is, should you pick Train Sim World? Free up. Some of you probably already have paid for the pre-order for either the standard or the deluxe edition. But for those of you that haven't, I say this. For God's sake, wait. Wait until the game comes out. Wait until some patches have been put into the base game, because it's bound to be buggy. Every game always is when it releases. It always gets off to a rocky start. So wait until some patches come out. Wait until the price at least decreases. Not for good, but maybe pick it up on a big discount, like in like Black Friday in November, or for Christmas or something. Hopefully the price will drop significantly then, not like 10% like it currently is on I think PlayStation and Xbox. I'm not sure on Steam and the Epic Game Store, but maybe wait until there's like a 30, maybe 40% discount. Wait then. Maybe then pick it up. For me, I will not pick this up. Not on release day. I may pick it up at a big discount. I maybe will. But it's going to be a big ask for me. That's how sad and disappointed I am with this game. Well, there we are. That concludes this video. You wanted to get my thoughts on the reveal of Train Sim World 3, and that is exactly what I've done. I'm sure people will like it. I'm sure people will absolutely hate me and lambast me in the comments section for my views, but there we go. That's just the way the world goes round. I can't say if you'd enjoyed it, because it's not the most enjoyable video I've made, for sure. But if you appreciated and respected my views, then yeah, make sure to hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do, for more Train Sim World 2 content and other things on the channel in the coming future. For the foreseeable future, I should say. So anyway, that concludes this video. I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. Take care, and as always, I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Take care.